watch the stream on Twitch and see if we have the audio on Twitch with the stream and the thing and the what. Yep, we do. I think they may have fixed that bug. Cool. All right. Dementia Radio now and recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast, brought to you by FuMP.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hey, Devo Spice!
Hey, Luke Ski!
We have the one, the only, Mr. Insane Ian, ladies and gentlemen.
Apparently, I'm made of beans.
You are, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I was not able to schedule anything with David W Jacobsen. He is off gallivanting around Europe and traveling and stuff, so sorry. We'll get him next time. Welcome to episode 766 of the Funny Music Podcast for Thursday, February 20th, 2025. Title of this week's episode is Cloudy Stew.
766. The Neighbor of the Beast.
The Neighbor of the Beast, yes. Well, that was 668, actually, was that
well,
album. But
it's across the
the street, yeah. Up the road, down around the corner, yeah. In the neighborhood of the Beast is where we are.
In the neighborhood of the Beast. that has got to be a Nano War of Steel album.
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week. Or else Devo, if Luke bailed and didn't show up.
Hey, what?
Oh, he's right.
So, Luke, what you been up to?
Well, Kalani and I went to see the new Captain America movie. Ian, did you see it?
I have seen it. I saw it opening day.
Cool. I had to wait till Saturday because that was when it was convenient for me and her to go see it.
Understandable. So, makes sense to me. We just happened to be free that night and went, yeah, why not?
So, I liked it. It helps to, well, I don't know. If you remember the Incredible Hulk movie from way back in,
20 years ago.
Yeah, the second film of the MCU, basically like that plus the series Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like basically those are the two things that it would be the most helpful to watch or to have seen before seeing this movie.
And in a minor example, the ending of Eternals.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Here, let's talk about, in this sequel, the 3 things that people haven't watched.
But like, what's it? Tim Blake Nelson, is that the actor's name?
Yep.
It's like talk about that has to be the longest amount of time for we're dropping this seed here and we will come back to it 16 years later.
Yeah, that this movie should have been called Captain America Tying Loose Ends.
I saw one review of it online where the guy says that this is Captain America, but he uses Black Panther's something or other. He's formerly the Falcon, and there was like 2 other things. And throughout the entire review, he referred to him as Captain Black Ant Falcon Man, which I thought was great.
Yeah, his wings are made of vibranium, which was made from the Wakandans, so kind of technically a Black Panther thing, but not really. And, they showed up during Falcon and Winter Soldier because A, they made Bucky's arm and also rehabilitated Bucky, and B, also in Falcon and Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo came out, and he was the one responsible for killing T'Chaka, so they had a thing about that. If you haven't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier, see it. It's really good.
I have not.
And seeing Falcon and Winter Soldier will also help you understand stuff that's going to happen in Thunderbolts. So
okay, so now I need to watch it because I'm definitely going to see Thunderbolts.
Yes, you should see Thunderbolts, and you should also check out The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, available on Blu-ray and, of course, Disney+. This is not an ad or anything. I just like physical media.
I like physical media, too. I've been complaining to Kalani that I noticed recently that Target stores have stopped selling DVDs and Blu-rays, and I'm just flabbergasted.
Yeah,
because,
Best Buy stopped a while ago,
Yeah.
and Target and Walmart are starting to stop. Apparently, Walmart told me that Xbox is stopping making Xbox games on physical discs, and they're priced down all the things. And I went to GameStop, and they went, "No, we're still getting Xbox games. Walmart just isn't getting them."
So, and I have a tie into that in a moment. So the other thing I was doing was in preparation. Well, this all started because we needed to move Kalani's one of the love seat in her room needed to be moved 3 inches to the right, so that we could put away her other glass table and then have that be the space for the computer desk. So because we needed to move her love seat 3 inches to the right, I spent all of last weekend helping her sort through all of the various piles of stuff in her living room and making multiple trips to Target to buy plastic bins so that we could put them in boxes and have them all be organized and out of the way. So it basically reminds me of when my family found out that I was good at like painting walls and stuff. That's when they started asking me to paint walls. It's like, don't let people know that you're good at a thing that you don't necessarily feel like doing for other people, because then they'll ask you to do it. But since she's my girlfriend and she's having breast cancer surgery, I suppose I can.
Luke started laughing because he saw my face, I'm sure, because it wasn't on camera, I know.
I specifically
did this. I
specifically did that to see Ian make that face because I knew he would.
Yeah, because you used quote marks. You used air quotes when you said girlfriend and breast cancer surgery. These are not things one uses quote marks for.
Therein lies the humor.
Comedy jokes.
So basically she had tons of comic books, tons of Star Wars magazines, other books, art supplies, just like tons of various things that were in various kind of little doom piles all over her apartment in various kind of nooks and crannies. And one of them was basically getting in the way of our ability to move the love seat 3 inches to the right. So that turned into an entire weekend-long project of me helping her reorganize all her stuff, put them in these plastic bins that fit perfectly into the corner space between like the wall and where she has her entertainment center. So now there's like a vertical stack of all of these bins with all of her stuff organized. Plus we put her baby pictures in a waterproof sealed container, so those are safe, along with her like Star Wars autograph pictures and all that kind of stuff. So, and this is the kind of thing where she avoided doing this literally for years because she always figured it was going to turn into a huge project and it would take her like days or weeks to get done. And we got like a great deal of it done with the first 2.5 hours of me helping her do it. So basically it's one of those kind of doubling situations where it's like you just need another person there to like keep you accountable so that you keep working on the thing. And plus I'm good at organizing stuff. So over the course of the 3 days when we weren't seeing Captain America, we were doing this whole huge project just so that we could get all of her stuff organized and put away in these bins. And then right about the time on Sunday when the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special started, was when we finally got around to actually building the computer desk we got from IKEA and building the gaming chair that we got from Amazon or somewhere else. So by the time the weekend was over, all of her stuff was organized and put away in the living room, and we had my desk ready for the computer and the computer chair. So, but during that whole process, as she realized, like, oh, this isn't that bad to work on and we can get it done quickly because Luke is here helping me, she says, hey, why don't you come out next weekend and we can do my walk-in closet and the bedroom too? To which I said, okay. So
Brett Glass in the chat wants to know if he can hire you to organize his office.
No.
No!
That's not how you say no, Luke. Let's do it again.
No, see, that's how little I care about helping Brett Glass organize his shit. He doesn't even deserve a Gilbert no. He's just getting a regular no. So, No.
Yes, lest anyone think he's joking, you get a real no.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna be heading out tomorrow afternoon, and I'm gonna be spending next weekend helping her, and then after that's done, I'm gonna basically be staying away from her until it's time for me to move out there for her surgery, because she's essentially trying to stay away from people to make sure she doesn't get sick, and I need to make sure I stay away from people to make sure I don't get anybody sick, or catch anything from anyone to make her sick. Blah 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 blah.
I just stay away from people because I don't like people. So.
And I stay away from people because I have no friends and no one likes me.
Yes. Yeah. Because you live in a soap opera soft void. That's what it looks like right now.
I do. I've got the Barbara Walters "We Smeared Vaseline on the Camera Lens" filter on.
But the reason Xbox ties into this is because part of the whole living room thing is that she wanted to get a new TV and also get an Xbox Series X, because she has never had an Xbox before, and she wanted to make sure that she got a TV that could handle the graphics and was larger than her previous TV, and also that the Xbox was like the newest, like top of the line version, et cetera, et cetera. So we basically stopped by Best Buy and checked out what that they had there, and talked to somebody to make sure we understood which TV would be the best to go with the Xbox, so that, she's actually getting the full, because she wants to play all the Star Wars games that Xbox have that aren't available on other systems. So
there are no Xbox. There are no Star Wars games that are only on Xbox. They're on everything.
Well, I don't know. I guess she kind of feels like Xbox is the highest end of video game graphics and processing and yada yada.
I will as a video game person, I will agree that the Xbox probably has the better hardware as far as frames per second or whatever, if you want to do 30 FPS or 60 FPS or whatever. That said, I do know that Xbox is kind of pulling back from consoles. The Series X is the most recent one they did. The Series X is better than the Series S. Series S doesn't have a disk drive. Series S only goes up to 30 frames a second. However, since they have Game Pass, which is their subscription thing that's on their system and on PC, since they have Game Pass, where you pay a monthly fee of like $20 a month, you get to download or stream games just for that fee every month. You can get an Amazon HD Fire Stick and an Xbox controller, and that is now an Xbox on systems now. You don't need to buy a console anymore. Xbox has Game Pass on Fire Stick, and you can just stream the games on Fire Stick instead. I found out about this just before Christmas, and went, I have an Xbox Series X, but not in this room. So I considered it.
Well, she ended up. We had to because for whatever reason, Best Buy was out of the Xbox Series X's, so she managed to find a Target that had one. So and it's the one that it has the disc drive. It can play the previous 4 generations worth of games.
That is the one thing I love about Xbox is that they are backwards compatible. Most games, not all the games are backwards compatible, but a good majority of them are.
Yeah, and she saw it at Best Buy. They had Jedi Fallen Survivor for $20, so she just bought that. There. Yeah. She's gonna buy Outlaws, as a download, because you can get all the extra bonus levels and Hondo Onaka and other cool stuff for that. So yeah, I've barely ever played Xbox ever. I've never owned one. So it'll be interesting to play that with her. And the reason why I've never owned one is because, to me, it seems like, Nintendo's it's a me, Mario, games for the whole family and fun and doo-doo-doo. And, Xbox is we're the serious gamers. We're adults who do serious gaming, Call of Duty, bleh. And then PlayStation is kind of the halfway point in between those two, essentially. So overall, there's never been anything on Xbox, any games I've heard of being exclusive to Xbox that made me want to, I'm going to play that game so bad I'm going to buy an Xbox. It's never happened before.
Yeah, there's not a lot of that. And also, now, most games that were exclusive on Xbox are now on PlayStation.
Yeah.
They have finally went, you know what, this console war thing is stupid. Let's put Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation. Let's put Sea of Thieves on PlayStation. So all of their exclusives are going to the console. As soon as I see Halo on PlayStation, it's over. Xbox has no exclusivity anymore. They're like, whatever, we don't give a shit anymore. I have all the Star Wars games, but I play mostly on PlayStation rather than my Xbox. I'm one of those people who has every console and I get them mostly for the exclusives, but then I have a primary that I'm like, I want everything on this. So I have all the Star Wars games. I got Outlaws, and I got Jedi Fallen Order, and then the sequel, Jedi Survivor. I had just picked up because Walmart had Jedi Survivor for $20 on PlayStation. On Xbox, they had it for $7.50, and I went, if I didn't already have it on PlayStation, I would have bought the Xbox version. But yes, bravo to her. If you guys have any Xbox questions, obviously talk to your friend Ian.
Yes. So we set up the new 55-inch TV with the whatever it's Q80 LED whatever friggin'
numbers and letters.
So yeah, so the TV's set up, and I opened the Xbox box in order to get out the HDMI cable and the power cable so I could set them up, because basically she was saying to herself, I'm not going to plug in the Xbox until we get done organizing the bedroom and the closet. That's her way of bribing herself into cleaning up the bedroom and the closet, is by not allowing herself to hook up the Xbox until that time. So it's like, okay, fine. So that is a thing. And what was the other thing I was going to mention? No, I guess that was pretty much about it. So, our good friend Angie hired me to make some chibis of the Blue Lotus dance troupe. So cool. I have been working on those. Oh, and I made some chibis of some of the newer members of the COG, which Lewis is using, or I should say, Dr. Pinkerton is using.
Lewis is just their manager.
Yeah, for new product purposes, so you can check out the Consortium of Genius stuff to see that. So, yeah. So anyway, Devo, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been prepping for MarsCon and working on my songs, and I'm doing a lot of songs that either I haven't done in a long time or I've never done before. So I've just been practicing almost daily, trying to get them memorized. And there's a couple of new things, that I have to memorize so that we can actually perform them. So that's kind of been like my big focus is MarsCon. Got some news regarding Talk to the Hand the other day. One of the film festivals I submitted it to last summer was the Big Apple Film Festival in New York, and it did not get accepted. However, it was apparently shortlisted. It just didn't make the final cut. So they reached out to me, and apparently all the films that were shortlisted, they're giving the opportunity to distribute via the Big Apple Film Festival's YouTube channel. So I signed the paperwork the other day, and they gave me an invite just like an hour before the show to upload my film to their channel, I think is how it's going to work. Wow. So the movie will be up on YouTube, which, I can do that myself, but, putting it on the Big Apple Film Festival's channel is going to get a lot more eyeballs on it. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
So, and other than that, I've gone back to playing, speaking of video games, I've gone back to playing Super Mario Odyssey in an attempt to finish it and, get the remainder.
I need to do the exact same thing.
I have all the moons now. I got all the moons as of last night.
Wow.
And the last thing I need to do, well, there's two things really. The last level, the darker side of the moon, I got through it, but I found a shortcut. So I kind of feel like I cheated a little bit. So the next thing I want to do is get 999 moons, which is the most that the vehicle can handle. And you just do that by buying them in the shop. So you just need a whole bunch of coins. So what I'm doing is I'm replaying the Darker Side of the Moon level to try to get through it the proper way and amassing coins in the process so that I can keep buying moons. I have 992 moons right now, so I only need to buy 7 more. But I want to get through this Darker Side of the Moon the proper way.
not cheap your way through it.
Yeah, I found I was watching a YouTube video about Odyssey the other day, and it was like 20 myths about Odyssey, whether they're true or not, and he was putting them all to the test. And one of them is the glidon, that lizard that you glide with. If you shake the controller while you're flying, he goes up a little bit, and you can go much, much further. So in Darker Side of the Moon, there's this one area where you're on a glidon, and there's these like black bee things flying in your face, and then you land, and then there's like those forks you have to attach yourself to and fly over the lava. Well, if you shake the glidon hard enough, you can just bypass that entire thing, go right over it, and you go over the next piece of lava, and then you land in front of Bowser's door, and then you go in there, and you're in the Bowser part at the end of the level. So I don't know how much of the level I skipped by doing that, but now I want to do it the proper way. So
yes, you managed to glide your way over all that cloudy stew.
I did indeed.
Thank you, Ron. I'm here all day. Thank you.
So, Ian, what have you been up to?
Kind of the same thing. Video games. I've been up to a lot of video games. I managed to get Sony PlayStation VR 2 for my PS5, and I've been playing VR stuff to work out a bit because I need to work out. I'm entirely too out of shape.
I am too.
Entirely too much of me. So I'm trying to reduce the amount of me and working out. I just did a gig at MagFest in Baltimore last month. And in doing that gig, it was at a Nerdcore showcase. So I did 5 rap songs and then closed the set with 2 singing songs. And then I realized in doing that, I made a horrible error in judgment. Because I did 2 songs and then died on stage. I'm so out of shape, my breath control was gone. And I could barely get through my set. And so, of course, I made a joke about it because I'm king self-deprecation, but it is my brand after all on stage. So, but I realized this and went, this is not a good thing for me. So let me try to get a little more healthy. And Sarah's been going to the gym for a year now and has lost a ton of weight, looks fantastic, feels fantastic, trying to get me to go to the gym. That's not happening, but I'm going to work out at home as much as I can. So I got a PSVR and been doing a lot of boxing games, been playing the Creed boxing game, which I was playing a couple years ago on PSVR 1, and I'm playing that a lot now. And I also just kind of doing my general videos over on my channel where I do a weekly reaction. I have a video coming out tomorrow that has reaction to 2 songs that are nominated for the Logan Awards, and that's the other thing I've been working on, is the Logan Awards. And that's why I'm here today. We'll talk about that later, obviously. But working on the Logan Awards, and also with those videos, I got my first sponsor.
Ooh, nice.
I have been sponsored by BetterHelp. I did a contract for 3 sponsored spots, and the 3rd sponsor spot goes up next week. But yeah, I got a contract with BetterHelp and got me free. Here's, you can try our product as well. So I've got 3 months of therapy for free from BetterHelp. And so yeah, getting sponsors for my videos now, which is very exciting. They're paying me to hawk their product. So that's neat and cool. And yeah, just doing the videos, trying to work out, and of course, just I like video games and playing video games. So, yay.
Yay. All right.
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, let's get into some music. Dave's not here, so we'll do my song first. Here is the song that was inspired right here on this podcast a few weeks ago. Ian is made of
By
beans.
me.
By you, yes. It's all your fault, see?
Inspired by me. Just blame Ian. That's what everybody should do.
Yep. Here it is.
Oh boy, it's lunchtime. Time for my favorite food. Go get covered in this. What the? Where's all my cans of insane Ian? You're eating all my beans.
Ian's here eating a treat that lets the gas out. Being here sitting so near might make me pass out. Bitten off more than he can chew. What's he gonna do? Staring you down. He ain't sharing it with none of you beans. The musical fruit. No, that ain't right. They're a lagoon that plays a tune with no restraint. Quite mad. The effect that they had on his digestion. Question. Think the air is ever gonna freshen? But it's an interesting biologic wandering. Ingesting and digesting build a metabolic boundary. What that means is that you are what you eat. So it seems that Ian is made of beans.
Yeah, buddy, you know what I beans, and Ian is made of beans. That must mean I like Ian too. With a cheddar bay biscuit. Yeah, buddy, you know what I beans, and Ian is made of beans. That must mean I like Ian too. Oh yeah, it's Ian, eat him up, yo.
The table seems unable to tame him like Gonzo. The legendary fables will name him Garbanzo. Breathing in the air instead of leaving made me gag there. Some people believe he will become a beanbag chair. Or maybe just a life-size beanie baby. Seemingly he'll be eating beans till he's nearly 80. And he'll forever be set. He's never better cause he stockpiles better than a doomsday prepper. Meanwhile, I'll be hunting misinformation of which life choices led to this situation. He should eat some more greens or he won't fit in his jeans. Cause Ian is made of beans.
Yeah, buddy, you know I like beans, and Ian is made of beans. That must mean I like Ian too. Oh, wait, no, bad, no. Hey, buddy, you know I like peaches, but Ian's not made of peaches. That was a song by the President of the United States of America, and Ian likes those guys a lot. He did a tribute album to him. He puts out a new tribute album like every week, with no Brack tribute album. You better get on that. And he better do a cover of my most famous song, I'm a Cucumber. Buddy.
Okay, so when I wrote this song, it was not supposed to be about Insane Ian. Okay, I wrote it to be about some generic guy named Ian, and I wrote the and I envisioned a music video. I have a friend named Ian from my acting class, and I was just going to have him come over my house, eat a bunch of beans, and film it. And so
Which I can do at MarsCon, by the way.
Yes, believe me, that's going to happen.
Well, everyone stay away from Ian at MarsCon. Too many beans.
So I wrote the Brack bits, and I told Luke, I'm like, there's 4 measures at the beginning. I didn't write anything for. Just go nuts. Feel free, whatever. And at the very end, my original version of the end chorus was, I say, I like beans. Ian is made of beans. I like peaches. Ian's not made of peaches. And then my original version said, I don't know what that does to my relationship with Ian, honestly. And then the song would end. But I told Luke that it needs to be longer. There needs to be more there because I wanted it to end closer to where the music ended. So Luke does his thing and he sends it to me, and the first thing I hear is Insane Ian, and I'm like, no, it's not supposed to be about Ian. And I was gonna have Luke redo it, and then he got to the end when he did the peaches, and then he goes, that's a song by the presidents of the United States of America. Ian likes those guys, and I was like, oh, that's genius. I was going to ask. I didn't even make that connection. I wrote peaches just because I remember Brack saying peaches. It's probably in one of Luke's rants, and like peaches and herbs or something like that. Luke, you know what that's from?
Yeah, that's from Baby Got Brack. Because peaches and herbs was something he said during one of the Cartoon Planet segments, and I worked that into the middle of the song bridge thing.
Well, Peaches and Herb was a band.
Yes.
Well,
I don't know if that's what Brack was referring to, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I saw Luke made the connection with Peaches going to the Presidents and then the tribute albums, I'm like, okay, well, I have to keep this. So
I was going to ask because I was going to ask if Luke wrote the Brack choruses, because in the first chorus he mentions Cheddar Bay Biscuit, which is the name of my cat. So I was like, did Luke write these choruses? Because they're very Brack-esque, and of course,
well, let me step in here and explain. So when I first went through the lyrics, I printed them up, and then I started writing down like, okay, we have 6 measures at the beginning, and I tried to look for, basically where were there places that I could insert things, without stepping on Devo's already existing lyrics. So. Like, he just wrote, it was like, yeah, buddy, I like beans, and Ian is made of beans. That must mean I like Ian too. 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, buddy. So there was nothing there for both times. And I'm like, and then after each of the choruses, there was, or that one, it's like, there was an extra beat in there too. And I'm like, there needs to be something there. So
fill up every available space with sound.
Yep.
Yeah. It reminds me of, speaking of people from Adult Swim, I remember being at an Adult Swim panel at Dragon Con, and somewhere towards the beginning of it, like, it was one of those situations where, like, there was some kind of awkward moment where, like, all the panelists kind of, like, people just kind of stopped talking and, like, nobody was saying anything and just a pause, and then all of a sudden, MC Chris just grabs his mic and goes, I want candy, bubble cup and tap, and he starts doing the I want candy thing, and then at the end, it's like, if there's any dead space, it's mine. So that was my attitude about this song, is like, all right, any holes that Devo has left here, I'm going to fill them with Bracky goodness.
And of course, Brack singing the chorus because he has a song called I Like Beans. So
yeah. And well, I'll get to that later. But so, and I just want to say to comment on Devo's, what he said, until just now when he explained that, I never for a moment thought this song wasn't about Insane Ian specifically. Like, because it was Ian on the FuMPCast, the funny music podcast of the Funny Music Project, talking about the Logan Awards, which the FuMP hosts, saying, you can put something in there like, I don't know, Ian is made of beans. Why wouldn't the song be about Insane Ian specifically being made of beans when he's the one who said about being made of beans?
Well, my original thought process was I didn't want to make it too much of an inside joke.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we have so many inside baseball songs as it is.
Yeah.
You were trying to make an attempt to make this song not, having to be in on the joke, and you failed. I'm sorry.
I completely
failed. You have lost in that battle.
Yep. I know when I'm beaten. To be perfectly fair, I know when I've been beaten. Like every so often Luke sends me some of this extra crap that he does, and I'm like, well, I have to use that. Jesus, come on.
And you know what? There's an outtake where I screwed things up, and I intentionally didn't send that to you because I didn't want you to use it, because I knew you would be like, oh, here's the one where Luke screws up. I'm going to use that one on the final thing. I'm like, no, I'm going to take that power away from you, Devo. But I will send it to you if you want to put it on, one of your, like, The Insider or something like that.
That would be funny, yeah.
So when it got to the middle of the first chorus, I was trying to think, like, well, he needs a side dish to go with the beans. And then I thought, like, oh, wait, yeah, a Cheddar Bay Biscuit, which is another reference specifically to Insane Ian because that's his cat, which is also why later on in the song, after Doomsday Prepper, I just have him say, Waffles, because I wanted to get the other cat name checked in there, and people can just assume that he's stockpiling waffles.
And Cheddar Bay Biscuits, yes, because both my cats are named after foods, yes.
And when it got to the end part where I had to Google it because I couldn't remember what the song was. Like, it's like, I like Ian too, and I just remember that there was some classic comedy song or thing out there where, like, everyone, like somebody would say something and then everybody would reply with the audience callback with no pants on, and I had to look it up, and apparently that was the Sheik of Araby was that song. And I was like, okay, at least I know where it's from. So,
and here, the entire time, I was thinking it was a reference to "Never Gonna Wear Pants Again," one of my songs.
well, it is, because I thought of that and I'm like, wait, no pants. Oh, wait, well, yeah, the pants song, of course. I'm not gonna wear pants again. Of course, that would make sense perfectly right there.
Obviously,
as another Ian reference. And then when we got to the Peaches part at the end, I'm like, I was reading what Devo wrote, and I'm like, why is he referencing Peaches but not referencing the presidents of the United States of America when this song is so very clearly about Insane Ian, and Peaches is one of their big hits? So I have to remedy this, and that's when I wrote what I wrote.
See, and I didn't even make the connection, so...
Yeah.
I have to say, despite it not originally going to be about me, I am honored that it now is. Here's the thing. When I made that statement on the FuMPCast to like, hey, just fill in anything. Just put, I don't know, Ian is made of beans. Just put something in the space. It doesn't matter. Yes, people put in Ian is made of beans. We had at least 3, if not 5 or 6 different Ian is made of beans written in there that I had to obviously not send to the jurors when I was making sure everything was eligible. But next year,
I was wondering what this is going to happen.
Is going to be an eligible thing. So
it's going to be a problem next year, especially if there are multiple songs called Ian is made of beans, because I know I'm not the only one.
Yeah, no, they're somebody who listens to the FuMPCast. I can't remember who
Baramon.
was. Yeah, okay. You posted the lyrics to theirs. It's a parody of something, and you posted it into the FuMP Facebook group that I'm sure someone will record. And I'm sure there are other people who are doing Ian is made of beans, because what are we if not just one massive inside joke?
Yeah.
If any of them wind up actually as a finalist next year, or no, see, not even like wins. If they wind up as a finalist before I win an award, I'm done. I'm done. There's no more for me.
Well, here's the thing. Next year, the Wolves of Glendale are going to write a song about a mule named Philip, and that's going to win. So we don't have to worry about it. It's not a problem.
Very clearly. A mule named Philip should be the song title.
Or just Philip.
Yes.
As the companion piece to Ricky.
As a companion piece to Ricky. Well, what's funny is I know the name of their next single because they did it at their concert. It's called Definitely Jeff. And that one's a good one too. Anyway, enough of that.
It's like, I got to see them do Ricky before Ricky came out when I saw them at the Improv, and I'm like, that's amazing. That's going to be the big hit.
Yeah. And it was the number one song in the Dr. Demento show.
Yes.
Predictable. Anyway, enough about them. More about me and the song, even though Devo wrote it.
And I also love the complete coincidence-ness of the fact that I just spent the past year, doing various things that involve Andy Merrill directly.
Yes. Imitating his voice is another one of them.
Yeah, and so it's just kind of like, when this came up and it's like, oh, Devo's like, Luke, I want you to impersonate Brack. And I'm just, part of my brain is like, we have access to the real guy.
Right? We can get actual Brack. We can get name brand. You don't have to settle for store-bought.
And the only reason I didn't seriously suggest reaching out to him, is just because I just feel like he has, well, I'm using this word mainly to refer to myself, but he has suffered us and mainly me so well over the past year and a half. He's been so nice and put up with so much. I mean, I was crossing my fingers and worried about if he was gonna be okay with me putting his songs on the fundraiser album, because if people don't want their songs in the fundraiser album, I don't put them on. The year MC Lars was there, he said it had something to do with record label issues, but there's basically almost no MC Lars content the year he was there because of whatever his reasons were. So if Andy had said that he'd prefer to keep his act, not available anywhere so that it's more of a surprise, to the rest of the world. I mean, I did tell him that we typically only sell like 30 or so copies of this thing.
Speaking of, people go out and buy that fundraiser CD so the artists have a place to live. You get exclusive Andy Merrill shit that you can't find anywhere. Get it.
Yeah. And then, of course, me asking him about White Kids Love Hip Hop and, so I just kind of figure like with White Kids Love Hip Hop, that like that was going to be like, okay, I'm going to leave Andy alone and try not to bug him because I think I have a good, professional relationship with him and I don't want to be like the dog, like, hey Spike, you want to do a thing? And I'm like, hi Andy, look, so Ian said this thing about beans, and you are known to be beans, and then will you do the thing for us? And I just don't want him to be like, that's it, I'm done with you people.
Well, honestly,
I am not your beans monkey.
I'm not your beans. My name is Bingo, and I like beans, and I'm a monkey. Can I have a banana?
Eek eek.
Eek eek. It's kind of beneficial that you didn't ask Andy Merrill to do the Brack voice in this, because then the song wouldn't be about me. It'd be about any just generic Ian. And
that's true,
have that apparently on the FuMP.
Honestly, asking Andy did cross my mind, but I figured there were two factors at play. One is I'd probably have to pay him, and I don't have a lot of money right now. And not that I'm opposed to paying him, I just don't have a lot of money right now. And the other issue is I don't know what the rules are regarding doing characters, like the voice actors doing the characters that they're paid to do outside of the places they're paid to do them. So I didn't want to get into that.
I think that's a little different with Andy, because that's just Andy's voice. I mean, he puts a little more affectation on it, a little bit more emphasis on certain things, but it's very close to his regular voice. So I don't think, and also considering he performs with the puppet of Brack, he kind of owns that character now.
I mean, part of it also I think is that, the fundraiser obviously is, I'm selling this to make money off of it, but like I said, it only gets bought by like 30-ish people a year. It's not like making tons of money, and
it's not up on streaming or anything.
I specifically told him this isn't going to be on Spotify or anywhere. It's only available through the website and you download it, and and with the FuMP, like our whole model is giving stuff away for free. So, it's like
you're selling it, but the money is going towards the artists. For the next year, for them to be able to have a place to stay. You're not making money on this. The money is going towards something. That's why it's a fundraiser album.
Yeah. So, anyway. Business!
Yay! FuMP talk.
Capitalism! Hooray!
Hooray, capitalism. I said that in my reaction this week. But, Devo, this song is goofy and silly and stupid, and I love it. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Also,
I'm glad you
thank
approve.
you for making the thumbnail, the cover art for this song be me with a bowl of beans.
Yep.
This, like, for people who don't realize this, I didn't pose for this picture. If you don't remember, there is a FuMP volume cover of me posed with a knife and fork in front of a plate of waffles for my own song, I Bet I Can Eat More Waffles Than You, and I'm wearing a Ninja Sex Party shirt. And in this, Ninja Sex Party has been removed, and the title of the song, Ian is Made of Beans, is now written on my shirt. And behind me is the Devo Spice logo, and our dear departed cat, Abby, sitting on the back of the couch. So it was nice to see Abby again. But I loved the cover art for this, because if there was any question, it was about this particular Ian.
Yep.
It is now.
Once it was established that it was about you, I was like, oh, what can I do? And I forgot what I was doing, but I stumbled upon that FuMP album cover, and I was like, ooh. I'm like, I still have those pictures, so.
Here's the thing that cracks me up about it. It's very clearly like, a bowl of beans superimposed there.
Yeah.
Who eats beans with a knife and fork? With a knife. With a knife. Who eats beans with a knife and fork? I am in that Disney cartoon where Mickey and Goofy and Donald are so poor and they have to cut the food so thin, and they're cutting that bean so thin. That's the only reason you use a knife with a bean.
Yep. I love that it's
that
a
art,
dog bowl too,
wasn't
basically.
Yes.
Yes, that promo image wasn't missing anything at all. Nothing. Nothing was missing from that image. Certainly not text.
Certainly
indicating
not
any
text
featured
of the
artists.
game, so that no one is confused and thinking that I'm doing the Brack impression somehow.
Certainly not the featured artist who specifically turned the song into being about Insane Ian
Yeah.
entirely.
The thumbnail's this big on the website. Nobody would tell.
Yeah, when you put this single on your Bandcamp and put this single on streaming away from the FuMP, I think you know what to add.
Yeah, I'll add a little brack coming in or something.
You can see the cat, but not my name. That's my
Yeah,
point.
you know what? You can maybe put a Brack mask on Abby,
Okay, we can do that.
and underneath her, right, featuring the great Luke Ski.
Yep. So, yep, it's a
So,
song.
Devo Spice, plug yourself.
Yeah. I'm going to be at MarsCon coming up in a few weeks, performing for the first time in 5 years. And other than that, find me at devospice.com. I'm on most of the socials at Devo Spice. And I'm easy to find. I'm not hard to find at all. I've made sure that I'm easy to find.
Just look for the red.
Look for the red beard. You'll find me. All right. Let's do some news.
The world's longest running comedy music concert series is back.
So this song is about following your dreams and never giving up. It's also about the Hulk.
MarsCon 2025 is taking place March 7th through 9th at the Hilton Minneapolis St. Paul Mall of America Hotel in Bloomington, Minnesota.
Can I get a celebratory woo? Woo! Thank you.
This year's event will have performances by Worm Quartet, Devo Spice, The Great Luke Ski, Insane Ian, Carrie, Dahlby, Meow Meme, Steve Goody, Nuclear Bubble Wrap, The Odd Ditties, Holy Bongwater, Regdar and the Fighters, Primordial Pouch, and this year's comedy music guests of honor, sponsored by Needlejuice Records, John S. Hall and Dog Bowl of King Missile Dogfly Religion.
I don't go to recitals anymore because my hearing is too sensitive, and I don't go to art galleries anymore because there are people there, and I can't deal with people.
Registration for a weekend badge is $55 until January 31st. After that, it'll be $70 at the door. To pre-register and for more info on MarsCon, visit marscon.org.
Please continue to hold. Your comedy music will be with you shortly.
You are currently the 27th caller in line.
But whether you're attending or not, you can still help out by ordering the MarsCon 2025 Comedy Music Fundraiser album. Available as an MP3 download for just $30, it's just under 4 hours of highlights from all of the live concerts of MarsCon 2024.
Guys like prop comedy? Well, I don't. Next track.
This year's album includes comedy music by MarsCon 2024's music guest of honor, Andy Merrill, also known as Brack.
This is what it sounds like when dogs cry. Ah, oh my gosh! Oh my God! Somebody'll give me bread.
If you'd like to hear a free 30-minute preview of the collection, there's a link to download that at our website.
I need moisture. Can I get a moisture?
Moisture.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
You can order and download the album right now from the shop page at marsconcomedy.com.
These are all dumb parody ideas, and that's the point. It's supposed to be dumb. We're dumb for doing them. You're dumb for being here. Our next contestant.
Thanks for listening, funny music fans, and we hope to see you all at MarsCon 2025.
We did it, everybody! We're going to the moon!
Last year I took my pants off. This is as close as you're getting.
Time for funny music news. Something.
In the news, Ray Stevens has announced he has a new album coming out called Say What, spelled W-H-U-T. It will be available Friday, March 7th on all streaming platforms. That's all the info I have on it. I don't know anything else about it. And Weird Al has announced he will be performing at a fundraiser called Let's Get L.Aid, happening on March 16th, starting at 8 p.m. This is a night of music and comedy for LA wildfire relief. Scheduled to appear are Weird Al Yankovic, Al Jardine of the Beach Boys, Bob the Drag Queen, Chris Fleming, Eric Idle, Margaret Cho, Maria Bamford, and a bunch more, with more to be announced. This is taking place at the United Theater on Broadway in Los Angeles, California. Tickets are available from asx.com. And that's all the news I got. Shall we do MarsCon first or the Logan Awards first?
Let me do MarsCon first. The fundraiser. Last week, the total we had raised up until last Thursday was $759.46. This week, the total we have raised is $759.46, which means we have raised since last week. Let me just check the math here. Zero since last week. Nobody's bought it. So that's 74% of the way towards our initial goal, with 15 days until MarsCon. If you're expecting me to freak out and be like, I'm going to spend all the next 15 days plugging this thing to make sure it hits its goal, I'm not going to do that, because it's not my problem. Because I have a girlfriend who has breast cancer surgery coming up, and I need to help her clean her bedroom and do lots of other things. So if other people who exist in the world want that goal to be hit, y'all do something about it. You can get it at MarsConComedy.com. Click on the shop page, and it is right there for $30 for last year's concerts. Or you can go to the past fundraisers page. You can purchase the previous years for $30 each. Or you can purchase all 19 collections for $200, and get 70 hours and 15 minutes of all those concerts and stuff. So there we go. The end.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. So, Ian, you're up.
Okay, so, at MarsCon is going to be the Logan Whitehurst Memorial Awards for Excellence in Comedy Music, a.k.a. the Logan Awards, a.k.a. the Comedy Music Awards. Yes, we are all very excited. And as the chairperson of said awards, I am here to announce the finalists for this year. But before I do, of course, I want to thank our jurors, without whom we would not be able to make this announcement, who did all of the judging in a much shorter amount of time than we usually do, considering we usually have the awards much later in the year, but every 3 years we have it at MarsCon, so February is a short month, we had to do it quickly. So, of course, thank you to Shoebox, Sea Monkey, and Dino Mike on our musicians end of the jurors, and thank you to Kendra Shepard, Bryn Loudon, and Lauren Robinson on our fan jurors. Thank you all for being our jurors this year. This is very important, and we appreciate your time and effort. All of that out of the way, here are the nominees for the 15th Annual Logan Awards. In the category of Outstanding Comedy Music Video, The Lonely Island featuring Charlie XCX with Here I Go. Ninja Sex Party featuring Tom Cardy, Dance Till You Stop. Starbomb, Nintendo Online's Greatest Announcement. Weird Al Yankovic with Polkamania. And, of course, Wolves of Glendale with Ricky. In the category of Outstanding Original Comedy Song, Goodbye Charlemagne with Big Piles of Dirt. Ninja Sex Party once again with Death Metal. Ricky Lindholm with Don't Google Mommy. Ross Childs with Donald Duck in It. And That Lucky Panda with Hot Topic.
Woo!
Yes, I felt the same way. In the category of Outstanding Parody Song, we have Billy Cobb with 2005. Chilio with I'm an Adult and Life's Still a Nightmare. Devo Spice featuring the great Luke Ski, Lawyer Up. Steve Goody with F. Trump and Vance. and Carla Ulbrich with Here Comes Menopause. Those are your nominees for this year's Logan Awards. Very exciting. We will have these posted on the FuMP channels and, of course, in the Logan Awards group on Facebook and various and sundry other places that will be on the Logan Awards website as soon as I get off this podcast. But yes, those are the nominees. Congratulations to all our nominees. I will be reaching out to all of them to let them know that they're nominated, and also that if they want to come to MarsCon, they can. I can't give them a space, unfortunately, but to perform a full set. But if they want to perform their song during the ceremony, of course, yes, that will be a thing. But yeah, congratulations.
That Lucky Panda is in the chat, and he says, OMG, oh my fuck, oh my shit, holy fuck, what a crazy lineup. So I think he's excited.
So yeah, I think Lucas might be excited. Yeah. Congratulations, Lucas, your first comedy song, and you're nominated for a Logan Award.
Yep.
You're a real good friend, Lucas, if you win, and I haven't won one yet. That's a thing. No, congratulations in all seriousness to everybody who's nominated. That is outstanding. We got a wide variety of things here. Two of the songs in Outstanding Parody Song I was not familiar with. Billy Cobb's 2005 and Chilio's I'm an Adult. I did not know these songs, so I just reacted to them on my Comedy Musician Reacts show. If you are not part of my Patreon, that will go live tomorrow on my channel, but it is available right now on my Patreon for those who want to see it, so people got a sneak preview of those two songs being nominated. Goodbye Charlemagne is an artist who has been nominated a couple times in the open nominations, but this is the first song of his that has actually gotten to the finalists. He is a guy who is a solo artist, does all the musicianship himself, but he calls himself, I'm a failed comedian now trying to be a failed musician.
Okay.
And is putting out comedy albums. He did 4 albums just last year, or the year before, I think. Did 4 albums, like one for each season, and he does them in different styles based on different eras of music. And this one is from his newest album, which he released last year.
Nice.
So a lot of good artists. Ricky Lindholm from her solo one-woman show that she did at the Edinburgh Fringe.
That song is so funny.
The song is really
killed me.
Yeah, it's very good, but it is also another inside baseball song because it's kind of predicated on your knowledge of her with Garfunkel and Oates.
Yeah.
Also with her as an actress too, so I think it's kind of predicated on your knowledge of who Ricky Lindholm is. But it's still a great song. I personally would have preferred Middle Age Love, but I think that one came out at the crossover of the year, so that might be nominated next year. But yeah, and congratulations, of course, to Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. It was I think that was the only song I released last year, other that wasn't a cover. So,
yes, and that was one of those songs where I did what I was told.
Yes.
I know that feeling.
You weren't like, I'm going to make this song about Steve Goody.
And then Steve Goody had so many songs about the nominees last year, presidential nominees. I'm surprised we got it narrowed down to one of them from the jurors.
Well, it's the one that just gets to the point, you know.
Yeah, we wanted a more direct one, honestly. But I'm really happy to see Lonely Island on here again. Lonely Island have been greatly missed, and have.
Did you see their song on the 50th special?
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't.
Okay.
I saw the Anxious song, but I haven't.
Oh
seen,
yeah, that's it. That's it. The Anxious.
I
song.
haven't seen the anniversary concert that he did with like Lady Gaga and shit. I've only seen snippets of that, but yeah, I'm excited for all of these. Got some real surprises in here, and yes, so I have to get the trophies made, and get the ceremony set up, and I'll be contacting people to perform songs because holy shit, and yeah, so congratulations to our nominees.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard Carla's song. I got to look that up. I don't know how I missed that one.
What's really funny is it's exactly the parody of what you would think it would be. It's a parody of Here Comes Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And I wasn't familiar with her version of it, but right after I had sent the songs off to the jurors, I heard a version of this song sung by a man that was several years old in a TikTok video.
Okay.
So somebody else had done the idea. Chilio's song "I'm an Adult" is actually a couple years old, but this is a new recording of it with a new music video. Although the music video is not nominated, this new recording came out last year. Even though the song itself is several years old, this recording is the one nominated.
Well, every year I'm going to put out a new recording of Chicken in a different musical genre until it gets nominated and wins an award.
I can't wait to hear the death metal version of Chicken. So,
Death metal Chicken, that's already a good idea.
Featuring Meow.
I should have done the same thing with Benedict Cumberbatch, honestly. But whatever.
So a couple things, Ian. Please email me the contact information for the place where you're getting the trophies made.
Sure.
And also, please don't forget to email both Dr. Demento and Jeff Morris the list of the nominees so that they could potentially work them into a forthcoming Dr. D episode.
I will absolutely do that. I believe I did that last year, and Dr. D ended up not playing any of the nominees.
Well, that's part of the reason I'm saying to also email Jeff Morris, because Jeff kind of will make sure things like that don't fall off the to-do list.
Yes, agreed. But yeah, I will definitely send those through. The person who does the trophies is just doing the bases and attaching the statuettes to the bases. The statues are provided by our good friend Dr. Don.
Okay.
So thank you to him for doing those.
Does the person doing the bases do the little engraving signs?
Yes.
In front? Okay,
Yes.
because that's what I need. I need a new one of those.
I don't remember the email I have is for a specific person there. I don't know if it's for the company email, but they're a place located here in Illinois.
Yeah.
That I drive.
It may have been the same. It might be the same place I went to years and years ago, but
I'm pretty sure it is actually.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll send that to you.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
all right. Anything else? Or I'm doing tour dates.
One last thing, just kind of tied into news, is if you backed MC Lars's Kickstarter for the 15th anniversary vinyl of This Gigantic Robot Kills, they've started shipping, and I got mine. Also, on this is a Worm Quartet remix of This Gigantic Robot Kills. So, yay,
Nice.
$2.
Neat. All right.
And that's been on streaming for a little bit now, so.
Cool. Tour dates. On Sundays in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goody hosting at the Bluebird. Sundays online, 2 Sleeps. Mondays online, Steve Goody and Brad Tassel at virtualcomedyshow.com. Mondays and Tuesdays online, Bill Larkin. On the 21st in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, Carla Ulbrich. On the 23rd online, Lauren Mayer. On the 28th in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, Carla Ulbrich. And the weekend of the 28th through the 1st in Williamsburg, Virginia, Mikey Mason.
And on Monday, on Steve Goody's internet thing, is me.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yes, and on on March 3rd, which I think is the Monday after this Monday, I'll be on the show. So, yay!
All right. Birthdays. Coming up on the 22nd, Carrie Dahlby.
Woo! Yay!
And coming up on the 26th, Devo Spice. Getting older.
Logan Award nominated.
Getting
Devo Spice.
older. Logan Award winner and nominee.
Yep.
Won 2 years previously and then forgot that he was a juror the next year.
Dude, my brain sucks. Like, my memory. Just ask my wife. Did I tell you about painting the kitchen? Because that's like my standard go-to story.
No.
We were painting the kitchen. Our kitchen is purple. We were painting the kitchen purple. And we got just about done. And my wife turns to me and says, "So do you like the new color?" And I looked around and I went, "I don't remember what the old color was." And I honestly didn't. So I literally spent the entire day painting over it, and I couldn't remember what color it was. So
amazing.
All right. Second song of the week, new one by David W Jacobsen, who is gallivanting around Europe at the moment. Why Am I Thee?
You were clearly late by way more than an hour. You used all the hot water before I could take a shower. You stayed up blasting music after I had gone to bed. But now you're taking issue with something that I said? And you think I'm the asshole? Wait, I'm the asshole? Come on, I'm the asshole? Why am I the asshole? The dishes keep on piling up until I finally do them. You said a bunch of racist shit that I just had to condemn. You finished all the milk and you didn't buy some more, but you're really, really mad about the way I swore? You think I'm the asshole? No, seriously, I'm the asshole? You're right, I'm the asshole. Why am I the asshole? You broke several glasses and didn't sweep the floor. You keep on playing songs that you know I just implore. You smoke in the apartment and you keep the windows closed, but you say it's just a chord for the words I chose? You think I'm the asshole? No, seriously, I'm the asshole. Sure, I'm the asshole. Why am I the asshole?
Dunt. From his album A Tree Falls, which I believe is on his Bandcamp page. Hang on, David W Jacobsen. A Tree Falls. Well, it's on Apple Music and all them. I thought he had a Bandcamp page. Maybe not. All right. Yep. All right. Let's do some feedback.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback. You know that segment of the show we do about now?
Feedback. Feedback.
Feedback.
Feedback. Madman on the Loose wrote, with weather and the current situation with air travel, it could be an issue trying to get from the Twin Cities back to LA, let alone with the potential for con crud. Has Devo thought about contacting someone working with the MarsCon AV room about showing one of his movies there? I have not. That didn't even occur to me. But I'm wondering if it's too late now, but maybe I should contact them and see if they're interested. I'll see if I can figure out who it is. And A-Log!
Oh my god, it's you, not again!
A-Log wrote, Luke, as someone who has also been screwed over by God, I feel your pain. And this adds to what has been happening on your end since last year, still struggling to find work in the animation industry, yada, yada, yada. He basically lists all the crap you've been going through for the past several years.
Yep.
Just once, I want something good to happen on your end, and God is still giving you the side eye. I've been trying to promote you on Twitter and my show, so anyone listening or reading can give you the chance at another animation job. I still want good things to happen to you, Luke. I really do. Thank you, A-Log.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. And
Teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. Now you have a job.
Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow's song is by Kerplunk. And
Tuesday song is not yet posted.
So we'll see what happens for Tuesday. He did tell me it was going to be ready.
That's the first time I've actually been here where you've used that soundbite from my song.
Oh, really?
The Tuesday song has been posted.
All right, and for the Spotify playlist, I'm just going to queue up as many of the Logan Award nominees as are on Spotify. So
Perfect. I think all of them are.
Cool.
Billy Cobb, I think is a needle juice artist.
Oh, all right. Nice. All right, cool. Well, I'm at devospice.com, and I'm right here every week. You can tune in. You can watch me. I'm right here. I don't get out.
Logan Awards are at loganawards.com. These nominees will be posted with links to them on the website shortly. They'll be posted on all the FuMP socials. And, of course, there'll be a Spotify playlist from the FuMP with these soonish.
And this is the cat's butt.
Yay, cat's butt.
Oh, it didn't cut over.
It didn't cut over.
Gatekeeper got out of the way in time.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow. And David W. Jacobsen is on your favorite streaming service. All right. Let's get out of here. Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice.
I'm Luke Ski, and look, there's Ian right there.
Hey, look, it's me, but you can't see me probably.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive, LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Shout it to random people on the street. And be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say...
Just what is insane Ian hiding behind him in his Orb of the Prophet's blurry existence? Is he one of the Doge people?
No!